Welcome to Myers Metal Detectors, located in sunny Tampa, Florida, where we sell nothing but fun and adventures, treasure hunting gear, and anything you can imagine for metal detecting. Give us a call, 813-237-1939. Happy hunting and dig deeper.
Live from sunny Florida, it's Treasure Talk.
Welcome, friends. Welcome to another exciting edition of Treasure Talk, but I didn't put my hat on because it's cold here now.
It is cold. It's colder up here with me.
Yeah, it's
you notice I got long sleeves on.
Me too. It's below, when it gets below 70, we put on our hat and flannel shirts.
Yeah, and I got the electric blanket for the bed. It's cranked up to high. All kinds of stuff. So
it's been a crazy week.
Yeah, but I got something I gotta show.
Go ahead, show it, Jeff.
Right now. So you all out there, this is the newest addition to the Treasure Talk family. Now, I apologize I couldn't get it uploaded, but this you'll have to look and see. That is, take it away, Philip.
That is Louisa Christine Myers. That's my niece granddaughter there. She lives out in Longmont, Colorado. And she was born, how long ago, Josh? Time flies. I guess she was born last
4 or 5 days ago.
4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah.
And she was, I think, 7 pounds, 4 ounces.
Yeah, she was a good size.
Yeah, she was 3 weeks early too, because they had to do emergency cesarean section. So, but Mama and baby are doing great. So,
and Philip is not back down to earth yet. That's Philip Jr. He's still riding high.
Yes, he is. He's real happy.
He's a mile high. Yeah. Just so happens he's in Colorado.
Yes, he's in Denver, outside of Denver in Longmont.
So he's a mile high. What can I say?
What can we say? Absolutely. Right. Well, thank you for putting that up there, Jeff. But now I'm all happy. I can't even contain myself. So, as always, today's show is brought to you by your friends at Myers Metal Detectors, where we sell fun and adventure. And of course, the views, thoughts, opinions expressed here by the Treasure Talk member and guest belong solely to the guest and member, and not necessarily to Phil Myers, Jocelyn Myers, Myers Metal Detectors, or Jeff Bonin.
Indeed.
Or
turn a little more light on you.
Yes. And of course, the purpose of Treasure Talk, as always, is to promote the hobby of treasure hunting and metal detecting in all forms, and to educate our members in a fun, informative manner.
Yes, indeed. And I got one announcement to make. Having talked with our guest, just keep watching the channel and on Facebook, because there will be a special announcement from Coil-Tek a week from Thursday. I'm not sure what the date is on that. Let me double check here.
And we can't say anything about it, but a week from Thursday.
Right. So it'll be the 26th.
Big announcement.
October 26th, there'll be an announcement. Trevor is going to do a special announcement for us and y'all. So keep watching the channel and the Facebook groups, and you will see that special announcement from Coil-Tek. But we can't, that's all we can say about it, because we're not even sure ourselves what it is.
No, we don't. We don't know. But hey, I've got something else I'm holding up here. This is the 2024 calendar.
I need mine. I'll
send it to you, Jeff. I just got them. And I didn't do Florida. I felt like this year, since we're all over the country, actually we're all over the world, but this calendar is now America Remembered. And it's got a good one. And so the dirt diggers won't be left out, because there probably is a beach scene in there, but it's America Remembered.
Well, that's all right. The dirt diggers are some of our biggest fans, and we love them. They are a huge part of our audience. We're not all about just beach metal detecting, and just remember, every purchase It's just like Samuel Jackson going, every purchase, every day, anywhere, you get a calendar from
Get a
my
calendar.
metal detectors.
Yeah.
And if Phil don't have it in stock, you don't need it.
You don't need it. You're going to get a calendar, whether you want a calendar or not.
That's right. And they are for sale. So,
Yes. Yeah, I'll probably put that up on the website tomorrow. It just will be the USPS postage.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I just want to say one other thing here, and then we'll get cracking. Make sure that, because YouTube being YouTube, is to make sure that you like the show and share it. Just share it, and let's blow this universe up. When you share it to your YouTube or whatever, wherever you want to share it, then maybe somebody that hadn't heard about Treasure Talk can get some good knowledge and join the group and have some fun. So if you would do me that kindness, to like and share this video, this show, and we'll be good to go.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking at your YouTube channel. That looks like a couple thousand, almost a couple thousand members.
Yep.
And I've just read in the feed that Ricky T is telling me to bring them to the meeting tomorrow night. Yes, the West State Archaeological Society Metal Detecting Club here in Tampa meets tomorrow night. So if you're interested in going that, you can go to their website, which is wsas.club.
And you got something special coming up in December too. So if you're not a member, you need to get over there, be a member, and get involved, because there's a lot of really quality people in this club and with a lot of knowledge, and you learn a lot of stuff, and you're going to have a blast, I promise you. So
Yeah.
Make sure you get on over there, join up. It's not expensive, but you're going to meet a lot of great people, you have a lot of great fun, learn a lot. So make sure you do that.
And Jocelyn said I didn't have that up long enough, but this is their end of the year picnic and hunt. And if you're a paid member, it's a single membership is $35 and the hunt is $10. But you're going to get I think it's Sonny's Barbecue or one of the big name barbecue place dinner, and they're putting I think $2,000 worth of silver coins in the ground, and
Good.
seated hunt, and then they're going to give away Naka is going to be there. I think either Dwight or Mark Kaminsky, one of those guys is going to be there.
Dwight will definitely be there.
Dwight will be there. And of course, Brandon Carmichael is a nomad, so he'll be there too.
Yep.
So should be a fun time. They'll be showing off their equipment for sure.
Yep, and you're going to get to see a lot of that because we've got Nocta coming up, a Nocta Rules the World show on November 6th. And if you haven't already seen it, the entry video for that giveaway is up. It's been up for a couple weeks. Make sure you find it and get entered. If you are a member, if you're not a member, make sure you are a member. And because we're going to give away one of the new Nocta AccuPoint pinpointers, and somebody, really lucky somebody, is going to win the brand new Nocta Score 2 metal detector.
Oh.
So Dillick will be here. Mark Kaminsky will be here, and Liz Cabral, one of the newest Nocta nomads from Canada, the Diggin' Canuck, will be here as well. So it's going to be a great, great time. So make sure that you get over there, you find that video, become a member if you're not, get joined up, and then get ready, because November 6th, it's going to be a rock and roll time. Because just like we always say, when Dillick leaves the building, the show's over.
There you go. All right, my friend, I guess we better bring on our guest, huh?
Yes, we better. Yes, we better. You've seen this young man before, and he's a really good friend of ours, very knowledgeable. He was one of the first to take us on a tour of his factory, and we'll do that again sometime. We'll probably do that again in probably mid to late March. We'll get Trevor back on, and we'll do another walkabout in the Coil-Tek factory. But let's welcome Trevor from Coil-Tek. Hey, Trevor.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
We're doing awesome, Trevor.
Cold, but good.
You're all looking really awesome. Hey, you guys are looking younger every day. And congratulations, Phil, on your new granddaughter.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, we're real happy. I'm going to have to make a trip to Colorado. Not real happy about that, but I'll be happy once I get there. I'm not a big traveler, but
No, but you're glowing. You're glowing with enthusiasm and excitement. So that's fantastic.
yes,
His hair's on fire.
His hair's on fire. That's right. There's this aura around you that's magnificent. It's infectious. Well done.
So, Trevor, because we have a lot of new folks on here now, why don't you tell everybody where you're at, what temperature it is?
Sure. We're Adelaide, South Australia. So if you look up Adelaide on Google Maps, you'll see exactly where we are. We're about 30 minutes north of the city in a place called Salisbury South. So you can Google us and check us out from above if you wish, an even street view. And I can't go out there and wave to you, but it may be, if we get the Google guys past, I'll make sure I stand out there and wave to everyone. At the moment, we're at about 21 degrees Celsius, which I think is sort of mid to low 70s. I'm not very familiar with the conversion, unfortunately, but very nice day here. Little bit on the chilly side, but we do have some warmer weather coming, which is great. So we've had a really frosty winter. So obviously we're coming into summertime and you guys are starting to wear the beanies and jackets.
Yes, we are. So in your area, is there gold prospecting?
There is, yeah. So we've got some gold fields up in the hills, which is probably about 30 to 45 minutes away from where I am right now. It's called Mount Crawford Goldfields and also Jupiter's Creek, they call it, which is an old timers working from the early 1900s, where there was hundreds of men working some of the gullies. People are still finding nuggets today, especially with the GPX 6000. But of course, there's hundreds of bits of trash and bullets and everything all around that. So really need to work quite hard. But there's a few people using some of our products up there at the moment, doing a fantastic job just sifting through all the junk and coming out with a few nuggets, which is great. So we don't have a lot of free roaming area. It's quite limited in South Australia. There's a couple of designated areas, and then really you just need to be on like either know someone or go on to some of the pastoral lands and areas to be able to detect. There are gold fields north here, about 4 hours, 5 hours north and around the region in South Australia. But all of that is locked up either private leases or private pastoral land. So we're a little bit limited here in South Australia, but still get a few nuggets.
Yeah. Now, do any of the folks use the Equinox series to do that?
Some of them, mainly Victoria, they'll use the Equinox with the smaller coil, like 10x5, 6-inch. And, Victoria, you've got a lot more open detecting grounds. So they'll use the Equinox there. Yeah, there's the little 10x5. That's a perfect little one if you're going to go out nugget sniping and, get in amongst the trash and try and filter out all those signals. It's actually a really good machine for those trashy areas. So,
I imagine it would be. Now, this one, I don't have the 800. That's my older 600, and I just love that coil on it. And Jeff, where I use that at is also, besides hunting real trash areas, is I use it on those seeded hunts.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect time for it if you're going to do a seeded hunt, because it'll boom. It hits a good target, and those targets, the seeded hunts, are not real deep.
Yeah, they're like this deep,
screaming.
And it's about speed, and it's about being fast and recovering the target. And I think I was one of the top. And I just took my time. I hadn't done one in a long time, but I took my time, and I was just, I used a hand scoop, and I think I got more silver. There might have been one person who got more silver dimes than myself. And,
well done. Yeah, it's a Rippahh coil. There you go. We used the tagline. It's a Rippahh little coil, that one, that's for sure.
Yes, and it looks like Ricky T has got a question. And
Ricky,
He says, "Is there any such thing as free range gold land in Australia, or is it all under leases?"
No, definitely free range. Like I said, here in South Australia, we've got 2 designated areas that are free, where you can go and detect without any license or anything like that. In South Australia, we don't need a miner's right. The only place we need to pay for prospecting is Mount Crawford Goldfields, where we pay like a forestry's just to be able to prospect in there. It helps the forestry and keep it all nice and clean and tidy. Victoria has a miner's right, which is, I think it's about 40, 50 bucks, $50 Australian for 10 years. And then you can hunt any of the designated areas over in Victoria with that license. And you can take, as long as you're doing it just with metal detectors, you're not allowed to do machinery or powered equipment in those areas. And then over in Western Australia, you pay, I think, $25, $30 for a lifetime license, and you can go anywhere where it's open ground, or, obviously you need permission on leases, but there is a lot of open ground, a lot of free range areas where you can go. But obviously, there's the hotter areas, people just lease it up as quickly as possible.
Yeah, we've got a couple coming up in March, I believe. I've got a couple of Aussies coming on to talk about gold prospecting,
Cool,
gold hunting. Old Fella's Travels. I don't know if you've ever watched his YouTube channel.
No, haven't. No.
There's a couple more I'm working on now. So right after the first of the year, it's going to be a lot of gold prospecting.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's where these Coil-Tek coils are going to rock and sock.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I could even put you in touch with someone in the UK if you haven't had. Gordon Heritage is an amazing treasure hunter in the UK. He's found some amazing hoards and old treasures.
If he's willing to stay up late.
Yeah. Well, for him, that's right. It would be, probably midnight about now. So.
And Trevor, what time is it in your time zone?
We are right now 9:48 a.m. on Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning. All righty. Well, it looks like, Jeff, we had a couple comments on there. One is from Tom Beckert. He says, "I have the 10x5 on the Equinox, and wow, so good. Has Minelab approached Coil-Tek about making
coils for Manticore?" I'm reading that one as well at the moment. I think look, we are currently in talks with Minelab about a Manticore coil, but that's about as much as information as I can give at the moment. We'd love to make a coil for the Manticore, but we still are in discussions with them. So as far as what size, or even if we're going to do it, we'll probably need to wait until our next conversation in March. Hopefully I'll have some more solid information at that point of time. But the Manticore's certainly got quite a bit of power in it. So we'll just see what other coils we can make for that. I think Minelab's got their other coils out for that at the moment. Is that right?
We haven't seen them here in the US yet.
Okay, yeah. I know that they've definitely got, I think it's a 9.5 by 5 or something coming out, and a 15 elliptical for the Manticore. So there are 3 coils at the moment that they have released in some regions. I think Australia is just starting to get a few of the coils. Certainly it's sort of dribbling out slowly but surely, nothing too quick.
Here, Dick's Sporting Goods and Bass Pro will get them before Phil does.
Well, I hope not, Jeff.
Yeah, I hope not too, but anyways, you got a user in Crete. Trevor, I see beach metal detecting Crete. It says the 10x5 I use this time of the year to go through beach bars with permission, and it's super getting between the small gaps and very sensitive. Every time I went to a beach bar, I just had to part the crowd to get up and get a drink. So,
well, folks, it looks
talking about that though.
There's a lot of people who are talking real positive, and of course, I love my 10x5, and I know these coils are $160 now. We just had a price increase on it because of
Mm.
raw material increase. But I still have, I talked to Trevor earlier, and I still have 3 of them left at the old price. It was $235. So if the folks on Treasure Talk, if they want one, just call me tomorrow. That'll be good probably to the end of the week. So
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, yeah, prices. I think everyone's feeling it around the globe, with the price increases. Firstly, before I go on, just want to say a big shout out to everyone on Facebook and YouTube tuning into this, and your support is really appreciated, and especially our European friends and anyone using this. It's really makes us feel really good. I always communicate to the team to let them know as well that people are using the products that they're making. So the information does get through to the whole team. It's a team effort to get these coils out. But yeah, unfortunately, the prices, I think the whole world's sort of hurting a little bit at the moment. I know here in Australia, interest rates and cost of living, petrol, all of the things that make every day make it difficult when things are going up. And the last thing we wanted to do was put prices up, but with the way that our raw materials have gone up, it's just been crazy. It can't go on this way. And when's it going to end, as far as price increases? So
it needs to end soon, because even, the price of beer is going up, and I can't have that.
Can't have that. That's just like,
Warning,
the worst.
don't hit the beer.
Make sure you buy beer before you buy metal detectors. No, don't do that. Buy metal detectors first, because metal detectors will make you find more treasure to get more beer. Yeah,
that's right. And the thing is, when you buy a Coil-Tek coil, the price has gone up a little bit, marginal, I must say, but your fines are going to go up that much more because they're that good. And along that note, I think we have a testimonial on Coil-Tek coils. So let's run that right now, shall we, Philip?
go ahead and run it.
Hello from Ohio. I'm Tom, part of the D5 group of Northeast Ohio. I actually have the 10x5 Coil-Tek coil for my Equinox. This coil has worked flawlessly since the moment I connected it to the detector. I like the 10-inch length over a 6-inch round. I get more coverage per swing. I like how easily and accurately it pinpoints. It does great separation in high trashy areas. I am satisfied at the depth that it finds targets, and that is affected by the different types of ground. I've had this in lakes, streams, sand, dry land, wetland, and even snow. None of that has affected the performance of this coil. I actually bought this when I was in Tampa, Florida area. I stopped at a Myers metal detector, saw Phil, got a great price, great service, and as they always say, if Myers doesn't have it, you don't need it. Happy hunting and stay well.
That's awesome. Knuckles to Tom, hey? That's awesome.
That was better than my commercial. So
wow, what a great testimony. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I've genuinely not seen that before, and it's certainly awesome to hear testimonials like that and people enjoying the product.
yeah, it's easy for me to say I use it, but then people think, oh, you sell the product. But no, I love that product. That's my go-to coil, my Equinox. And I do a lot of land hunting with that around old houses and just littered with trash. And to me, it's just an awesome coil. So
here's a good point too from Dirty Paws Detecting. Take it, Philip.
Yeah, no problems with the coil ears breaking on the Coil-Tek coils. Now that's kind of being a little mean, but that's true. But
yeah, that's right. We did a lot of work on making sure that we got the shaft mounting position right. I think out of the 10x5s, we've sold over 5,500 now, and we've had maybe 5 or 6 break, and it looks like they're more of an injection molding issue than a shaft, like it just out of general use. So that's just, that's pretty low percentage. We're pretty happy with that as far as that goes. The 15-inch as well, we've sold like a huge amount of 15 inches because we've used that same mold for the old E-Tracks, other coils for different models as well, Sovereign, Excaliburs, all those ones, and the 15-inch has been pretty solid too. Same with the 14x9. So we're very, very big on making sure that these coils, can go through what people put them through, because obviously, they can take a little bit of abuse there on the ground, trying to push through rocks and sand and water and everything like that. So it's great to hear that people are, getting some good robustness out of the coils.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like we had a couple comments roll by me real quick. One was from Martin Bishop, and he said, "Sorry I'm late to the live stream. Say hello to all, and thanks to Phil, Jocelyn, and Jeff, especially hello to Trevor.
Hello, Martin.
I love my 8x10, but I believe he's saying 5x10.
Yeah, it's 5x10. I don't think I've made an 8x10 unless it was that special one that he got only, But
yes. And then Jeff had, is that the one from Crete?
Yep.
Beach metal detecting. Oh yeah, there it is. Crete. I can read.
Thank you, Beach Metal Detecting Crete. Thank you.
Yes, I've got some new glasses. They should be here any day now, so I can read a little.
And that's one from him, and he uses a lot of your coils, Trev.
Yeah, that I know. I'm pretty sure I know this person from Crete. He's quite active with our coils, and he finds a lot of great stuff. I'm really enjoying the coils, and we're really enjoying seeing what he's getting with these coil and detector combination. He's, in the lucky opportunity that he's out there quite a lot in a good area, just doing detecting. It's a goal for many people is to be doing it nearly every day. So,
and the thing of it is that you make strictly gold hunting coils as well.
Correct? Yeah, that's right.
And that is really becoming very, very popular. The gold prospecting with the metal detectors, especially almost anywhere in the United States now they're doing it.
Yeah.
So you've got a number of coils. I think you stock a couple of them, don't you, Phil?
I stock the Coil-Tek coils for the CTX and also for the Equinox. I don't stock them for the gold prospecting equipment, although I can very easily get them. I just don't have people come in the store to get those every day. So I don't stock those, but I can have them shipped to them. Robert will get them out from the distributor in a matter of days. So that's the problem.
Okay.
So you don't have any gold regions at all, Phil, when you're in Florida? There's no like panning gold or anything like that in your region?
Although, it's funny. I sold some gold pants to somebody last week, and they're showing me pictures, and he told me he was in St. Pete. So I think he's pulling my leg.
I don't know. I mean, if you go out there and you look, all the rivers and all that stuff in Florida, and it's not just necessarily, people think of Florida with nothing but beaches. Well, there's a lot of inland as well, a lot of inland rivers, and a lot of bedrock and limestone. And then you get up into South Georgia, South Alabama. There's a lot of it up there. I mean, there's gold mining all over.
Yeah, I know there's gold up there. But here in my area, I don't think so, Trevor. But I mean, people show me stuff, and maybe they do. I guess they are. But we did have a couple questions. One from Sam Truckley, who says, "Is there a gold coil for the Equinox 800?" And I would say use the 10x5 myself. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, correct. There's no specific gold coil. There's a gold mode on the detector, and then the coil will work with that gold mode. And probably like you're saying, Phil, the best one to use in the gold mode would be the 10x5 because it's going to handle the ground a lot better. You'll have better target separation and sensitivity because usually, 99% of the gold out there is sub-gram. It's really tiny gold. So you want that sensitivity there for the ability for the detector to hear it. So you can use the gold mode. I think it's 800. I'm not sure if the 700 has gold mode. I'm not very familiar with that.
No, it's like a 600.
It's like 600, yeah. So the 800 and the 900 will have gold mode on the Equinoxes.
But there again, Phil's area is the continental United States. We have customers from all over the United States.
Right. When I
The shining sea.
make that trip out to Colorado to see my granddaughter, I'll have to try some gold prospecting out there for sure.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Take the Equinox with the 800. Let's hear how that goes, hey?
Yes, for sure. How about this one here, the 14 by 9? What are people using that one for? Mostly?
Yeah, that one's there's a lot of people that really like that coil out there. I think it gets a bit of a bad rap because yes, okay, it's a little bit heavier than what it should be for its size, but actually the shape of that one, the 14 by 9 shape, is an awesome shape. Out of all the coils that I like to swing, it's the 14 by 9, whether it's gold on the old machines or the GPX 6000. The 14 by 9 shape is an excellent coverage, really good maneuverability, still has very good depth and sensitivity as well. So we're finding most people are using that in the flats, or actually can use that in the water as well and through the beaches. So really good option, the 14 by 9, but it's not our biggest seller. 10 by 5 by far is the biggest seller for the Equinox, and 15-inch would be second, and 14 by 9 third.
Okay. Well, it's I've got all the Equinox coils in stock, and you can use those on your Xterra Pro too. So that makes sense.
Correct. All of our coils can be matched to the new Xterra Pro as well. So that's some good cross ability there. So if people have got an Equinox 800 or 900 and they get an Xterra Pro for their loved ones, daughter, wife, husband, whatever, and then that way you can actually swap the coils between the different models. Yeah
makes it easy. Swap them for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think, look, the reason for other coils, and, we say it a lot, on this show, and, we say it a lot as well, is it's like, lately we've been talking about, it's like a golfer. A golfer doesn't go out on the golf course with one club in his bag. He's got a different club for different purposes for when they're playing golf. So it's a lot like with the metal detectors too. If you've got one coil and you think you're getting everything, you're definitely missing stuff, because there's targets outside of the range of certain coils. There's targets in different orientation. There's targets in between other targets. So all of these different coils will allow the user to be able to maximize target retrieval. So if you've got ground that has been very productive before, or you are finding targets right at the limit of a certain coil and there is a larger coil out there, then definitely consider using another Coil-Tek coil or another coil for that model of detector that you can, because you will maximize your returns. There is no doubt in my mind, for sure.
Well, especially now with all the different frequencies of a multi-frequency machine and the quality of the coils that you make,
the targets have no hope, do they? It's a bit like fishing now. The fish don't have any hope, because we've got friggin' something that fish will bite and you'll get it. So the targets have no chance now with all these.
You just got to find them, get your coil over them. Now, this is a good one, Phil. You want to take this one?
Yeah, this one is from Metal Detecting Georgia. He says, I use the 10 by 5 more than any of them, and I have all of the coils for the Equinox 800. Separation is extreme, and I noticed no depth reduction in our fine red Georgia soil. So
excellent.
Georgia, he must have the red Georgia clay or whatnot.
The mineralized soil, so mineralized soil can react differently with the coils. And when you've got a smaller coil, you're actually seeing less soil under the coil. So that's why it can handle it a little bit better than maybe these larger round coils, which end up, having so much soil and targets under it. In certain conditions, they can be a lot noisier. So well done, Georgia man. That's fantastic.
Now this one is from Sam Truckley, and she's asking, do you make any coils for the Garrett Apex detector or any other detectors for that matter?
Not at this point. We haven't looked at any Garrett coils before. I did hear a rumor yesterday. I think there was something on the forum that X Coils were making something for the Garrett machines. X Coils are the Eastern European made coils. So, but we have not made any coils for other machines at this stage, other models and brands.
Yeah, I guess because Minelab is right close to you in your country. That's a good partnership for you two.
Yeah, it's been a good partnership for sure. We've certainly appreciated the partnership and collaboration. It's got to be a two-way street for collaborations to get information from both sides. And you know, all of our coils that are Minelab approved go through their engineering team. They have a look at them. They make sure that the depths and the performance is right, and also check the strengths. You know, it goes through tests that they have, mechanical tests there to make sure the coil can last okay. And if, because obviously it's like with anything, if you're going to put your name to it, you want to make sure it's good quality and it's not going to have problems. So, you know, all the Equinox coils we make and coils for the GPX 6000 are all Minelab approved. I was going to say, Jeff, I know Phil, you've got some CTX coils possibly still, but unfortunately, I'm sad to say that we have made the decision a few months ago to discontinue our coil production on CTX coils. So that means our little 10 by 5 and 14 by 9 will no longer be produced. So if there are any in anyone's stores around, they would be the last of the last.
So you better grab them quick.
Have a warranty for 2 years on them. So we still have a little bit of stock here, but not much, just to cover any warranty issues. But so far we haven't had any real issues with those ones at all. But yeah, sorry to say to any CTX users out there that you know, we've made the decision to discontinue them.
Okay, I got two questions here. One's from Tom Becker, and it says, does Minelab supply you with the chips for the coils?
Yes, yeah, we purchased the PCBs that go inside the coils, which have the security device and also have some information regarding depth tables and target IDs that talk to the detector. So we have to buy them off Minelab, because if we don't, then the coils won't work.
Yeah, with the detector, because I guess the coils have they have the chips in them, and the detector has a chip in them. They got to read each other. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. There's obviously 10 years ago or so, we had that big counterfeit issue, and we're still seeing a few remnants of that. But Minelab have put in a security device now that is very secure, that talks to the detector and vice versa to allow the coil to run. So if that chip is not programmed properly or is not even in there, the detector won't even turn on. It'll say coil error and will just shut itself down. So we have calibration machines and abilities to make sure that that is okay for all our testing. And then from there, it is permitted to get through. So yeah, we do need to purchase that. It's part of the collaboration and the licensing that we do through Minelab.
Yeah. So I guess you don't have to worry about the counterfeiting of the coils.
Not for these ones. I'm sure there's some people out there in that corrupt world of counterfeiting that are probably trying to reverse engineer what they're trying to do. They'd grab a Minelab coil and detector and split it open and do whatever they do. You know, you can't really prevent that. But, you know, it's as far as the security that Minelab has is very high. So I would struggle to think that it would be cracked. But yeah, at the moment for Equinox detectors, we're the only manufacturer that make coils for the Equinox and have been doing so, you know, for several years now. So we've got the know-how and ability on all of that. And really, I think with our range of coils that we've got for the Equinox has covered all angles. You know, you could start to make a 15-inch, a 14-inch, a 13-inch, a 12 by 7, a 12 by 8, you know. it just sort of, I don't think you'll need every single inch of size.
Right.
There's certainly a good enough coverage that covers most target abilities.
And I just got a question on there, Phil. This is from Luis Villarreal. Yes, Phil, he's asking if I have the 5x10 Coil-Tek in stock, and yes, I do. And you'll get the old price for, I guess, for a couple days till those 3 are gone, and then the new price is $260 for that coil. Okay, then we have Bob Kulik has asked advantages of the 5x10 over the 6-inch Mind Lab coil, and you can talk about that, and I'll follow up on it.
Okay, so the first obvious one is the length of swing. So you've got 10 inches worth of swing pattern versus 6 inches, so you're going to cover more ground. The narrowness of the coil, 5 inches versus 6 inches, you're going to find that you'll have a bit more maneuverability in some of those areas where you're trying to get the coil in between, some of the areas. That 1 inch less can help you get in between there. The crossover where the transmit and receive coils are, it's a little bit narrower, which means our target separation is going to be a little bit better. So the target separation is to do with that crossover of the TX and RX in the coil, that center band. The tighter that is, the better you've got your blade of detection into the ground. So you're going to be able to pinpoint a little bit better and target separate. So you're getting a more, and also as far as depth versus the 6 inch, I think the 10x5 would be on par. So you're going to get a few extra advantages with that. 6 inch has been a fantastic coil. There's nothing taking away from that. But I think the 10x5 gives you a little bit more versatility with everything the 6 inch has got as well. What about you, Phil? What's your thoughts?
I've used them both, and I prefer the 10x5. This is just an excellent coil, but this, I feel like you're not having to swing so much. You're covering more ground with each sweep, and you still got excellent separation. And I just like this coil. And like I said, I use this for hunting on land and for doing now for doing the seated hunts. Because there, it's just all about speed and having a fast hand scoop is what I use. And this, because when they do these seated hunts, I don't know if you ever done one, Trevor, but over here in the U.S., they'll, like our club will put out a couple $1,000s worth of silver coins in a very small area, and it takes like 20, 30 minutes at the most to get every coin out of there. And when you plant them, you're on the beach, you just drop them, so they're going deep in the sand.
Correct. Yeah.
So I even turn my sensitivity way down, and it's all about the speed. So
that's right.
And I like this coil separation for trash areas where they tear down a house or something and there's junk everywhere. And I like that you cover a little more with each swing. And then I do the same thing on those sites. If they're productive, I'll change the coil out and go over the same ground.
Good.
Use 2 or 3 different coils.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if they're productive areas. I think, you'd be silly to sort of walk away from an area where you've gotten some old treasures, coins, whatever they are. Right. And, you walk away from that area because also you'll never walk the same path twice, So even with a different coil or the same coil and you go back to an area, you'll never cover that same ground exactly the same as you did that last time. And when people detect, a lot of them tend to zigzag a little bit with their coil. They're not overlapping it perfectly everywhere they walk. And in between those sections where the coil is zigzagging around, you may have a target there that's just out of the range or just a little bit orientated differently, which it wouldn't have seen because the coil didn't swing over it properly. And you will find that you'll be able to find more targets, going back with the same coil and a different coil and then walk in a different direction. And if you really want to do a thorough hunt in an area that's been productive, that has got some good targets, whether it's gold, coins, treasure, relics, definitely go back to that area with a different mindset, a fresh mind, different directions, and different coils.
Yeah, for sure. All right. It looks like Jeff, you posted another question there from Dirty Paul's Detecting. Trevor, where and what do you detect?
Hey, Dirty Paws, thank you for asking. Yes, I unfortunately don't get out a lot. I probably get out maybe 4 to 5 times a year for a serious detect. I like going for gold around Australia because obviously we're quite rich in that area. So I like using the GPX 6000 with the Gold Hawk coils, looking for the gold. So I'll tend to go out maybe once or twice a year doing that for some serious few days, just gold hunting. I really, really enjoy night stalking for the gold, putting on the head torch and out in the bush and just detecting for gold during the night times, especially when it's a bit more open area. I'm not really keen to walk through many spider webs at night time, so I like to have my wits about me when I'm in a bit more of a denser area. And then I'll do more beach hunting. So we're lucky to have a few beaches around here, a bit like you there, Phil, with beaches not too far away. So if we ever go down the beach, I'll always take the detector down and have a bit of a swing around the beach. Coins, cleaning up the beach. That's what I'm really good at, actually, with junk. I'm really good at doing that. So so I don't get out a lot because I'm stuck here. Not stuck. I shouldn't say stuck. That's negative. Where I'm in the office and in the workshop. I'm operations manager, sales and technical here in Coil-Tek. So I've got a lot of hats to wear and a lot of things to do. At the moment, we've got a team of 9 of us here, so it's not a big team. So I have to wear many hats to try and get things done around here and help the team where I can with quality, making sure that the production's on time. And as far as sales, trying to get the sales in, because as far as our company goes, that's what matters, is satisfying customers and trying to get orders in to keep the doors open and invoices going out to get payments. So
It's true.
it's it's certainly been a tough climate over the last 6 months, that's for sure. So and I think a lot of dealers around the world with the current market and supply difficulties and competition out there, it's really not easy. And when prices keep going up for just everyone like myself, the electricity bill's gone up 25% in the last 3 months here in Australia. It's ridiculous, which means all that extra spending money we had for those hobby things goes to the side because we got to make sure we're paying for everything that we need. So, which is understandable, but big shout out to everyone that is still detecting, because it is one of the only hobbies that you can subsidize income with. You get out there and find more coins and treasure and gold and sell that off. You can actually get some good income from all of that as well, doing a hobby that gets you out and about and enjoying the outdoors.
Yep. I think it's time to do a giveaway action here, Phil. What do you think?
I think you got the banner up, so I was just going to say you better get going, Jeff.
Yep. Well, Trevor's been nice enough to offer up. There'll be 2 winners tonight.
Oh, sweet.
One will get the fantastic Coil-Tek Welcome Swag Pack. And Trevor, you want to tell them what's in that?
Yes. I don't have one with me, but there's a Coil-Tek hat, a tote bag, like a little string bag. There's a can cooler in there. There's the hat. They're great hats. I love those hats. They sit really nicely if you like your cats.
Nice hats.
Yeah, they are very nice hats. There's a silver mug. I think you've got a mug there. I'm pretty sure most of our kits have a coffee mug.
Rum.
Rum mug. That's it.
If you're a pirate, it's good for rum.
Yeah,
Or you,
perfect.
Especially in Canada.
There's a little key ring as well. So there's a good stuff there for the winner.
yes, I think Jocelyn calls this a church key.
Yep, that's a church key. Unfortunately, you don't need the church key for your rum, but you might need it for. Well, I don't even think we even need church keys for beer anymore, unless it's in the bottle. So that
And we got
there.
a stubby too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yep.
Yep. And those are nice. So you can put that around your rum cup or your bottle.
Yes.
So as always, one must be a member of Treasure Talk, either on YouTube or on Facebook. And as the rules go, you have to be entered. You'll have 3 minutes after I call your name, and only if I call your name, you'll have 3 minutes to text me with my phone number there on the screen. Now, as always, you had to enter a phrase that I give you on the entry, and that phrase was Coil-Tek is a Rippahh. And Coil-Tek is a Rippahh. So, as we get right to it, get your fingers ready because I'm going to call 2 names, and you'll have 3 minutes to text me with your name and you are here. If you don't put your name down, you don't win because I don't know what your phone number is. So you got 3 minutes to text me with your name and you are here. And the 2 winners for tonight are Uncle Beep and Louis Villarreal. You got 3 minutes to text me.
And I
3
think,
minutes and counting. What is time now? 10:21. So you got till 10:24 Adelaide time
That's
in the
right.
morning.
and I think I see both of those people in the live stream. So we're probably going to be texting you quick. So Trevor, you said not this Thursday, but the following Thursday, you're going to have an announcement that's going to be
Yes.
public about it.
Yes, we have some exciting news coming out. The public release will be Thursday week, Adelaide time. So that it may actually be Wednesday night still in the US. If you want to get the news before anyone else, please sign up to our mailing list through our website. You'll find that there and you just subscribe to our mailing list. We will be releasing the information to the mailing list first because that is the benefit of being part of a mailing list for Coil-Tek. We'll get out a monthly newsletter with heaps of cool stuff in it and some blogs and testimonials. We also run a latest discoveries competition every month where we give away a coil to anyone around the world that submits a great story with some Coil-Tek finds. So we love the pictures of finds on the Coil-Tek and a 200 to 300 word testimonial about your find and how you love detecting and how you found the Coil-Tek products as well. That we give away a coil for that. Depends on whether we're doing a Gold Hawk or a Knox coil. But you can enter with any Coil-Tek coil, whether it's old, new, whatever. You can enter with any Coil-Tek coil and you're in the running. But our mailing list will release some new information next week in regards to some good news. So yes, can't say too much more about that at the moment, but we will have that information out in about a week and a few days' time.
All righty, for sure. And it looks like we had a question on here, which, it went by too fast. So, is the 10x5 for the Deus 2? No, unfortunately, the 10x5 is for the Equinox or the Xterra Pro series of metal detectors. Minelab products.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, we don't make any coils for XP at the moment, or haven't sort of really, gone down that pathway. So yes, Minelab detectors. I see Bill Murphy that was just put up on our little thing here. Bill just asked, "What's our website?" It is www.coiltek.com.au. Maybe you could put that up in the feed there. Jeff, which would be great. People can go to that website. It's got a lot of information there. And on that website, you'll find a subscribe link. I think it's on the main page and you scroll down a little bit. But you can find it on there where you subscribe to our mailing list if you're not already, and you'll get monthly newsletters, some cool information, and also any news releases that we have, we'll be putting them out there first. Probably half an hour to an hour before we release it on our socials. So it's not going to be like weeks before anyone else, because obviously people will get that information from that newsletter and try and get it out first because everyone loves being first. But, you certainly get the information before we do the public release.
Okay, we do have our winners. So, Uncle Beep, you need to email with your name, address, and phone number to treasuretalkshow@gmail.com. Louis, you need to email treasuretalkshow@gmail.com. Same information, name, address, and phone number. I will forward those to Trevor, and they will get your prizes out to you. I do not take texts on that. It has to be email.
Email's best, yeah.
That way I'll get it to Trevor and he'll get your prizes out to you. And
Get
congratulations.
them out this week. Yeah, congratulations. Thank you for being part of the show and getting within that 3-minute time range. Well done.
They were ready.
Yeah, they were ready. That's always nice when they do it right away. So that's awesome. I think that was the quickest, wasn't it, Jeff?
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah,
that's pretty. Yeah, that's right. I think most of the time when I've been on it, they have been a little bit slower, or they haven't seen the notification. And I've even seen people on there saying, "Hey, you quick text in to the person trying to message them." So,
well, a lot of times they're watching, but they're not in the chat. See, there's a whole bunch of people that watch that aren't in the chat, and then they got to fumble and get because these guys were ready.
Yeah, definitely. I see Paul Casper says he's got it on speed dial, so he's got your number straight away, which is great.
Yeah, he does. He does. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how about you, Jeff? How's your detecting lately? What have you been up to?
Not a lot. I hadn't really been. We got hit with that hurricane pretty good.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I've been trying to recover from that and, try to get everything cleaned up, get repairmen in here to repair the damage. And I think the last time I was really detecting was when I was with Phil. We were down at the beach, and it was just after the hurricane, and the hurricane had it flooded, one of the main roads down there, and it just drug all kinds of trash in. And they're probably a good 1.5 or 2 foot of sticky, nasty sand. So that's about all I'm doing, and I'm waiting for it to cool off like it is now. Then we'll start doing a little dirt digging. But it gets
too hot for the dirt digging. Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going into the season where the folks here in Florida will start doing some land hunting. Not just beach and water hunting. I'll still hunt the beaches if it's like a real negative tide, and that's when I'll put the big coil on there. And when the tide goes way out, the targets aren't as plentiful, but a lot of times you'll find some deep stuff.
Yeah, that's right, and that's an area that people have yet to really explore is some of that deep targets. With the 15-inch coil, getting that depth, you just never know what's down there or even below that. So.
Well, most people think, well, you live in Florida, you're only going to hunt the beaches. Well, I have to tell you, there is a ton of people in Florida that don't hunt the beaches. They're inland hunters, and they're dirt diggers.
Right.
And they just don't hunt the beaches that much. So it's pretty well rounded here, and they hunt year round.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, I know. I've got a couple of people there that have found some really cool Spanish stuff on inland, because obviously they not only just wrecked off the shore, but they came ashore as well and found land and sort of, must have dropped things in there. So I think, there's plenty of treasures out there still to be found. That's for sure.
Yeah, we got a location up here we found. It's from 1840s. It's a old house location. We've hunted the area before, but we had since found that wasn't the original location of the house. So the original location of the house has been out in the field. So as it gets cooler and, they get all the cotton picked out of there, then we can go and get in the field. And that's what we'll be doing, looking for that kind of stuff.
No, fantastic.
Well,
that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome, Jeff. But I think our hour is just flew by.
It's gone. It is gone. And Trevor, you're always such a great guest. People absolutely adore you.
Oh, thank you very much. I adore them. Big hugs for everyone. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
You got to come to the U.S. and visit us.
Oh,
That's
that
right.
would be great. That would be great. It must be on the cards soon. I haven't done any international travel since COVID sort of started, and I
Yeah,
used to go to the US and see some of the dealers and try and catch up with as many people as I can. And so, I think a travel's on the cards over the next year or so. I'll have to start planning that for sure. But yeah, thank you for having me on. Really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone watching and the support that you give Coil-Tek and our dealers and people like Phil. And your Treasure Talk is always great to see because you put so much effort into promoting the hobby and helping the hobby. And we certainly appreciate that from Coil-Tek as well. You're really good partners and advocates for us. So we do appreciate that 100%. So yeah, hit us up anytime on the socials or through the emails. We'll get back to you as quickly as possible. And thank you for having me on.
That's
Yes.
right. Thank you, Trevor. And everybody, remember, keep your eyes peeled for a special announcement from Coil-Tek next on Thursday, the 26th. That is when you will see the special announcement from Coil-Tek. So be sure that you're watching there. And then we're going to get Trevor back on probably mid-March, and he's going to hook us up with another tour of his factory with some other good news. So
Yeah.
that'll be great.
Yeah. Well, Trevor, thank you. Thank you, Jeff. And thank you, Jocelyn, for helping me. And thank you to the many members for signing on and checking us out for sure.
Yes,
Thank you very
indeed.
much.
And share, share, share. Make sure everybody knows. So keep watching. Next week, we've got Butch Holcomb from American Digger Magazine, and we'll be giving away a subscription or a renewal. So make sure that you look for that. That'll be up tomorrow sometime. And make sure you
Big
get
shout
in.
out to Butch too from Coil-Tek. We love Butch.
He's a hoot. And make sure that you're a member. So happy hunting, everybody. Trevor, thank you. We love you. It's good to see you. We'll be talking to you soon. Everybody, happy hunting. Phil, thank you. Jocelyn, thank you. And I wish that was my granddaughter, and I'd be going to Colorado without complaining about it. But, that's just me.
Okay.
I got to get my digs into Phil.
All right.
I just got to. I can't help it. That's the way I go. So happy hunting, everybody. Good night and dig deeper.